So we're at the end of another award season. You know, we've had the Golden Globes, we've had the Oscars, more importantly we've had the Kermodes, which are the corrective to the Oscars. And as you probably know, the Kermode Award for Best Foreign Language Film went to Gomorrah, which was overlooked from Oscar nomination. It wasn't even longlisted, which was a terrible oversight. And a couple of you wrote in when I asked for suggestions for the Kermode, saying, you know, foreign language film award should probably go to Let the Right One In, the Swedish horror movie, which is absolutely terrific and which I'm going to do some more stuff on here on the site in a few weeks' time. The reason that wasn't, in my opinion, eligible for this year for the Kermode is, to be eligible for a Kermode, for a foreign language one, you have to be in a foreign language and you have to have opened in the allotted time. I like people to have actually seen the movie before I give it an award. I just think that's kind of polite. At the Oscars, they have a whole different system, and every year this subject comes up, and every year it looks like it should be completely overhauled. You see, the reason Let the Right One In didn't get nominated for an Oscar is to do with a complicated system of submission for foreign language Oscar consideration, whereby each country must select something that is going to represent that country, and that country's submission is then given to the Oscar board, who then decide whether or not they think it's going to be one of the long-listed and finally short-listed movies. It's very complicated. What it means is each country can only have one entry. Moreover, the country has to specifically choose that entry, and then the Oscar panel have to think, oh, well, that's a good entry from that country, let's start judging it. It would be much simpler to just say, look, in order for it to be eligible, it has to have played here in America, and it has to be in a foreign language. Look, it works for me at the Kermodes, why can't it work for the Academy? What you get at the moment is a really, really strangely selective system that every year disappoints. No matter how hard they try to sort it out, it disappoints. So there are really only two solutions to this. One of them is, as I've said, just say, if it's in a foreign language, it's eligible. And does that mean Apocalypto or a film in Klingon or a film in Elvish is eligible? Well, you know what? Yes. Because it's not to do with the country that submitted it. It's to do with the fact that it's in a foreign language. The second solution is to simply scrap the whole category, to assume that actually, as international cinema expands, everything is ultimately going to be a film not in the English language. Now, there's been so much traffic on the website here, people writing in about my suggestion that what you should do is, if you're making a movie set in Germany, you should do it in German, use German actors, use subtitles. What's wrong with subtitles? And I'm very impressed by how many people have said, yes, of course, all around the world we all watch subtitled movies, it's a perfectly normal thing to do. So obviously, in the long run, the solution is simply abandon all foreign language films categories, or as we call them here, films not in the English language, and just have films. Just have films and have everybody accepting that films are in different languages. But for the meantime, the simplest solution to this is to be eligible for a foreign language film award. Your film has to have opened in the country that's giving the award, and it has to be in a foreign language. Guys, how hard can that be?